after they let up, after they're gone, that's when we go.
Okay. We wait.
You're sure going to Hilltop's the best plan?
You got a better one?
All of you in one place together.
All of us together will be their worst damn nightmare.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and analyzing the characters Dwight, Rosita, Eugene, and Sadiq in The Walking Dead, along with predicting their futures during the end of Season 8, along with potentially Seasons 9 or even 10. Now, in order to properly discuss all of this, I'll have to jump into the comic book source material, so warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to the most recent episode, Season 8, Episode 8, along with issues 126 to 170 of the comics, and let's jump right into this. Now, ever since Season 7, people have speculated that Dwight and Rosita may or may not acquire some sort of relationship after All Out War. They've been given quite a lot of screen time together, and I personally think that this may lead to something more in future seasons. We'll get more into that in a little bit.
Rosita!
Where are you going with your friend here?
We were just heading
You know
out
what? I don't care.
First off, let's go ahead and list off all the main moments that they've shared between each other. So first off, there's the whole standoff between everyone and Dwight in the second half of Season 6 when Dwight killed Denise with Daryl's crossbow. Rosita was one of the main characters there alongside Daryl and Eugene, and although it was anything but a positive first impression, we have quite a lot to go from there. So moving forward, there's all that business in the beginning of Season 7 where Dwight gives Rosita a hard time by taking her hat, dumping out her water, and telling her to go get Daryl's bike for him. He also jokes about hoping that she has a place to rest her pretty little head on at night, and that was really our first implication that he found her attractive or anything like that, even if it was just a joke. Then, at the end of Season 7, Rosita trusted Dwight enough to bring him back to Alexandria after Sasha ran into the sanctuary all on her own. Not only that, but Rosita was also the one to help up Dwight after the ambush in Season 8, Episode 8. So not only are they shown helping each other out in the last episode currently aired on TV along with at the end of last season, Rosita and Dwight are even given more screen time together in the preview for the next episode, Season 8, Episode 9, that comes out in February 2018 when they're in the sewers together under Alexandria planning on how to escape. I personally believe that they could have the type of relationship where they're just constantly giving each other a hard time, but that's just me. They could stay friends and it would be completely fine with me, but either way, I feel like we'll definitely see more scenes between the two of them in the near future. Now, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the comics after the war. So again, warning of spoilers as they may or may not carry the story in the same direction on the show. So, Eugene and Rosita both survive All Out War in the comics, and they continue to live on after the time skip. Now, Sadiq was introduced after the time skip in the comics, and he's actually quite a bit different in the comics than he seems to be in the show. In the comics, he was introduced as one of the characters that Michonne met while out on fishing trips with Oceanside, which is actually later expanded upon during the Telltale video game based on Michonne. And by the way, I'm planning on doing a bunch of reviews on the Telltale video games, so let me know if you guys are interested in that, and let me know what you want to see specifically. But anyways, back to this whole conversation about Sadiq. I know it's kind of random to mention him here, but he'll be relevant later on in the video. Comic book readers probably know where I'm getting at. So, in the comics, Rosita and Eugene actually took their friendship up a notch and they begun a relationship together in the new beginning, although they seem to be taking things very slow. During all this, Rosita actually eventually admits to Eugene that she is pregnant with another man's child, obviously shocking Eugene as he is confronted with the fact that not only has she been apparently cheating, but she's also pregnant with someone else's child. After Eugene thinks it over, he still decides to raise the baby with Rosita, unaware of who the baby daddy is, and he asks her to not even tell him. What gives this story even more of a twist is that after they make up, spoiler warning here, Rosita ends up getting tragically murdered, sadly killing off both her and the unborn baby. Rosita's comic book death was revealed in issue 145, and that's that. Eugene becomes very depressed, but then he kind of becomes distracted by coming into contact with a woman from the Ohio group over a radio, and her name is Stephanie. So middle. Eugene ends up taking a small group of Alexandrians with him to meet the Ohio group for the first time. apparently known as the Commonwealth, which just makes me think of Fallout 4. But now the reason why I'm even mentioning this is because Sadiq is one of the people in Eugene's small group, and after Eugene saves his life from a zombie or something, that following night Sadiq breaks down over guilt and admits that it was him who Rosita was cheating on Eugene with. Now, this is very important for Rosita and Eugene's storyline in the comics because we got nothing for like 25 issues, and keep in mind, the comics normally only release 1 issue a month, so that's like 2 years. Sometimes they do something special where they release 2 issues at once, like 2 issues in the same month, or maybe an issue every 2 weeks for a few months, but for the most part, it's 1 issue a month. So anyways, 25 issues go by, and then out of nowhere, Sadiq admits that he was the one that Rosita was sleeping with. This reveal only actually happened a few issues ago, as issue 174 is the most recent issue released as I make this video. So, my conclusion here is that Dwight may develop a low-key relationship with Rosita in the show, opposed to Eugene's wishes. I'm not sure if the love triangle would turn out in the show exactly how it did in the comics with Sadiq, where Eugene and Rosita say get together in season 9, and then it's revealed in season 10 or so that Dwight was actually the one to get her pregnant. Rosita could die at some point in season 9, possibly even getting the same death as her comic book counterpart, and Dwight could reveal his affair with Rosita to Eugene sometime down the line afterwards. This would work even better in the show if it was Dwight, because Dwight and Eugene have such a history as well. Now in the comics they do share a few moments together, but they've definitely expanded upon this in the show. Eugene and Dwight definitely have quite a lot of tension throughout seasons 6 to 8, as they both question which side to fight for, but I do believe that they'll come out alive after All Out War is said and done, and that this potential love triangle would be an excellent way to continue both of their story arcs. Sadiq being Rosita's secret lover was a complete surprise in the comics, as Sadiq was a very minor background character, and he only came clean to Eugene quite a while after it was off most of our minds. Sadiq being different in the show would work out well for this, because this reveal could simply be transferred over to Dwight for season 10 or so. This is something that's been burning in the back of my head for a while now, especially since the Sadiq reveal in the comics. And now that Rosita and Dwight keep getting more and more screen time together on the show, it only makes sense to discuss this here on the channel now. So what do you guys think about all of this? Feel free to let me know down in the comments section below, along with any predictions or theories you may have. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, or even subscribe for more Walking Dead Season 8 content in the near future. Also, I'm really trying to push out these videos because, again, I just have so many Walking Dead topics that I want to discuss before Season 8 Episode 9 comes out, and we have a lot of time to do that, but there is a lot to discuss, and it is holiday season right now, so that is taking up a bunch of my time. But happy holidays everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Speaking of which, if you'd like to take that extra step in helping support my videos, consider checking out my Patreon, where there's a bunch of different rewards involving the channel, such as a chance to directly influence the videos being produced. The Patreon has been up and running for a while now, and once we really get some traction behind it, I'll hopefully be able to create a bunch of extra content for you guys. It isn't necessary by any means, but it could really help in the long run, and as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Rosita. Got a little thank you. That's all you're getting back? Took all your guns, most of your beds. I hope you find a place to lay your pretty little head. Did you find anything else out there?
Just your dead friends.